Okay, hello everyone. This part will talk about the second negotiable instrument, promissory notes. Let's look at the definition first. A promissory note is an unconditional promise in writing made by one person to another, signed by the maker, engaging to pay on demand or at a fixed or determinable future time, a sum certain in money, to or to the order of a specified person or to the bearer. From this definition of promissory notes, we can say a promissory note can be regarded as a special draft whose issuer and drawer are the same person. However, a promissory note differentiates from a bill of exchange in the following three aspects. First, a promise note is an unconditional promise to pay, whereas a bill of exchange is an unconditional order to pay. The second difference is inferred from the first difference. Since a promissory note is an unconditional promise, there are two parties to a promissory note: the promisor and the payee. A bill of exchange is an unconditional order to pay. Therefore, there are three parties to a bill of exchange: the issuer, the drawee, and the payee. Thirdly, the maker. The promise maker is primarily liable on the promissory note, whereas the drawee is primarily liable for a side bill, and the acceptor is primarily liable for a time bill. We should remember those differences. Then, let's look at an example for a promissory note. Firstly, at the left corner, the left upper corner, is the word of promissory note, followed by amount in figures. Then, at the right upper corner is the place and the date of issuance. The place of issuance determines the place of jurisdiction, and the date of issuance determines the maturity date of the note. Then, the main body of the note is an unconditional promise. At the beginning of this sentence is the tenor of the promissory note. Here, the promissory note is to pay at a specified future date, the 20th June 2008. Then, we promise to pay BA, the payee, the sum of money $9,999 only. Since A promissory note has only two parties, the issuer or the promise maker and the payee. The left lower corner is empty. At the right lower corner is the signature of issuer or promise maker. For and on behalf of CD. That's the issuance of a promissory note. According to the issuer, promissory notes can also be divided into bank notes and commercial notes. Bank notes are drawn by banks, while commercial notes are drawn by firms. Since the issuer is primarily liable for a promissory note, bank notes are safer than commercial notes, since banks have higher credits than firms. In China, the law on negotiable instruments stipulated that only banks are allowed to issue promissory notes. This means bank notes are the only valid type of notes in China. Firms are not allowed to issue notes due to their relatively poor credits